Thank you. I said with fucking milk. Just kidding.
This isn't fucking room temperature. Why would you want room temperature coffee?
I got a cameraman. He's acting different.
You either get hot or cold.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slobs in the Pod. I'm your host, Jordan. Daniel, did I scare you over there? I'm sorry. We got a full studio right now. We got magic going on. We got I was gonna say Vinny. Well, I was gonna say Vinny. Caesar. We got Caesar on the camera. I always forget his name. Caesar. We got Caesar on the camera in the background shooting some BTS. I like that. We got Edgar in the audience. Thank you, Edgar, for coming in. Technically, this is a live recording of a podcast if you think about it. So,
Live studio audience.
yes. Guys, before I get into anything, I totally fucked up. Last episode, I did kind of like a coming, welcome back type thing, and I totally forgot to mention that one of a close family member of mine passed away. My pug, my guard, my security guard of the house, my right hand man, Boppy, R.I.P. He passed away at just the young age of 7. He was going to be 8 in December. We were getting ready to throw him a big party. He was going to be turning the big 8. Which, technically, what is that in dog years? Like, what's 8? 16? Like, right? Yeah, something crazy. So, yeah, he passed away. It was and I'll say this, it was extra sad because he didn't die of old age. He was getting old, but I don't think he was at the age to die of old age. We believe he had a heart attack. And on the record, we never really, it's not like we took him to a vet after he passed away. And honestly, I'm like not even 100% sure he actually passed away. We might have took him out once we buried him alive. I don't know. Because he passed away in our arms. And I mean, we're not doctors, so technically who are we to declare him dead? You know what I'm saying? So, but we did see him take his last breaths. His eyes stayed open for about 2-3 hours, so I think that was a good sign. His tongue was out. So sorry, I don't mean to get so graphic about this, guys. I apologize. But this is how I grieve with death, all right? What? Sorry. No. I'm throwing it in the beginning now. That way, everything after this should be happy. Except for the one about the mom murdering her kid and daughter and herself. But yeah, so I'll just start from the beginning. It was a regular Tuesday. I went to work. It was about, I want to say like 3:30. I was already planning like, 30 minutes, I'm going to be off work. What am I going to do? And And then I get a call from my girlfriend, and she has me on speaker, and I hear her kind of talking like panicky. And she's just like, you need to come home right now. Like, I need help with Boppy. There's something wrong with him. He's breathing funny, and I don't know, his tongue's out. And I'm like, what? And honestly, so we have pugs. If you guys know, pugs are very infamous for bad breathing and stuff. So normally, when he's outside too long, he'll come in breathing very loudly. It's just like this, like over and over, and it's very bad, and it sounds like it hurts, but he does that every time. So we were kind of used to that. So when she told me he was breathing funny, I was like, all right, she probably left him outside too long. No big deal. He just needs to be inside in the cool AC. So I show up, and it's not what I thought it was. She has him in the shower, and she's putting cold water on him, and it looks like we thought he kind of had like maybe a heat stroke, but she did say that she only let him out. He was out there with another one of our dogs, and she was the one that actually kind of alerted us that something was wrong, because she was like going crazy at the door. So I opened the door, and he's off to the side. And you know how they say when dogs are like, they know they're going to pass away, they're feeling something. I don't know if this is true, but they say that dogs like to go hide because apparently they don't want their owners to see them struggle in their last whatever minutes. And so our backyard's pretty wide open. There's not too many hidden spots. So we have like a little area where there's like a screen that kind of hangs over and, has shade for them. So he went and hid under there. She comes out, and he's just laying there. She says it looked like he was just sleeping, but she felt like something was wrong. Sure enough, picked him up, and he was just kind of like slump head, tongue out, breathing kind of funny, and brought him in. And that's when she called me. I show up, and it was scary because I didn't know what to do. And I thought maybe he choked on something, so I was kind of pushing on his chest to kind of maybe help him breathe. And he was very limp. And then I think it was like you saw him take like his last breaths. He was kind of just like, and then it got kind of quiet, and then he took like and then just you saw his body just kind of little like deflate a little, and it was all that, and then so that happened, and then I went and just buried him, and yeah, it was tough. I actually, I'll admit it, I cried. What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing, dude? I cried for like, you know what was weird? You what?
Like
Pussy. I knew my friends were gonna say this, but yeah. So the first day, it was just still. It was very weird. It was like he was maybe just at the vet appointment or something, and he was just eventually. Or I'll say this: he was out every time he went outside. He was the one dog. Like when we'd bring them all in, he'd be the one that still kind of stayed and running around. And so we were used to all them coming in and him being out there as long as he wanted. So that first day just kind of felt like he's outside playing, and eventually he's going to come in. And then, that happened. And then the next day was really tough. I thought I was okay. And then it was just like, I come home and he's not there. And like, yeah, it was like, that's when I realized like, oh, he's no longer here. But yeah, it was tough. Yeah, dude, fucking lost another pug. And I'm done with pugs. Well, actually, I'll say this. It's a bittersweet moment. I'll say this. It sucks that he's gone. But out of 4 dogs, he was the 4th one. It's one less dog we got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? One less dog we got to feed. One less dog we got to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to look at the bright side of things in the end. He lived a good life. He lived 7 years, was about to be 8. Little did he know we were throwing him a big old party, so it sucks that he missed that, But he lived a good life, and he was a great dog. And you know what? I'll say this, too. As much as I think he loved us and I loved him, I don't think the other dogs liked him so much. You know how like when dogs pass away and like the other dogs that are usually hanging out with them, they get kind of depressed for a while, they won't eat or something. Bro, my dogs never looked the happiest when this dog passed away. So like we have 4 dogs, so 3 of them sleep in like one big cage that would normally be for like like a Rottweiler, like a pit bull. Like it's a pretty big cage. So we got 3 in there, and then we got the big mama in her own cage. And so Poppy, which would always sleep with the other 2 little ones, every night they were like fighting and he was getting kind of, I would say, senile in a way, because like there'd be times we'd be sitting there watching TV and he'd be laying there, and like if one of the dogs just like turned and like maybe barely stepped on his tail, he would just like fucking like fight him, like go from dead asleep to just like, "Rah!" and be like a big old fucking fight. So I think he was a little shit deep down. I think other dogs hated him. We loved him. So once again, positivity. I think our other 3 dogs are living a better life now that he passed away. And that's just me speculating things from what I see, from what I view with my dogs. Because I was, and I'm glad they are this way, because I was really sad thinking like, man, like, after I bury him and I come back home, and watch out, there's a ladder right there. After I bury him and I come back home and I walk in, and like after a few hours, they're like, are they going to look sad? Like, where's he at? Are they going to be looking for him? Are they not going to eat? Are they going to be depressed? So I was really sad about that. And that's another thing I wasn't ready to deal with, like dogs being depressed. I have emotional support animals for myself. I'm not supposed to support their emotions. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, so it was kind of nice that they were just like, whatever, more food for us, more room for us, that guy, sad he's gone, kind of was a piece of shit, though.
Do you think they had anything to do with it?
Now that you mention it, maybe, I think the 2 little ones might have plotted, let's get this guy, hey, we're getting kind of big. They're clearly not going to get us a bigger cage, so one of us has to go. Us 2, we're starting out. We still got a long life ahead of us. This guy's on his way out. He's also a piece of shit. Yeah, and he is our dad. He was the dad of them, and but he's got to go. Maybe it was like a mob mentality type thing. Yes, he could beat up one of us, but if we both attack him, but I'll say this too. Like I said, to this day we don't know officially how he passed away. I find comfort in thinking that it was like a heart attack, just because that's more like we couldn't prevent it type thing. And it was quick. But I was also thinking, because we live out in the wilderness, so I was thinking maybe snakes or something. Maybe he low-key got bit. But right before I buried him, I did roll him over and check his body. I didn't see anything. I didn't see blood, so I don't think it was that. I think it was literally just, his ticker, it went out. But yeah, and like I said, I don't know, that was my poppy. So I'll put a picture right here, and we'll have a moment of we'll have a 1 minute moment of uninterrupted silence, if I can find my timer. Let me see. All right, we're gonna do 1 minute right now. So, can you guys please be quiet? If I can get this timer right. I got it wrong. How do I do a minute? There we go. All right, guys. 1 minute, uninterrupted silence. R.I.P. Poppy, I love you. I miss you. Now. Now. All right, now. There it goes now. All right. I love you, Poppy. That was sad. But yeah, guys. If you guys are listening, kiss your dogs with the tongue and hug them really close tonight, because you never know when it could be the last tongue kiss from your dog. Oh, on to next things, guys. I have exciting news. Let's get happy now. All right. I don't know. I still don't know right now if I'm going to post that last episode recorded, because I didn't really like it. It felt very off, so I don't know yet, but maybe this will be the new start. Anyways, guys, I took a break, and from that break, I became a better person for the most part. And I've been doing some work like I said I was going to be. And guys, I'm very excited and very proud to announce that I am part of the GLD ambassadorship program. A program so shout out GLD. Guys, chains, pendants, watches, bracelets, rings, all jewelry you can think of. GLD has got you guys. Go check out their social media. Go check out their website. And yeah, I'm pretty psyched to work with GLD. GLD was one of my bucket list, I guess you could say, sponsors. And once again, another point for ChatGPT, right? Because thanks to ChatGPT, I gave them my idea and they made it come to life. I told them, hey, I'm about to start my podcast back up. These are my analytics. I am about to hit 200 episodes. What are some small creator or small companies out there that want to, or actually, no, what are some companies out there that want to support small creators? And boom, it listed like 4. I saw GLD on there and I was like, bro, no lie, legit. And I'll say this, GLD is very organic for me because I've had a chain from them before, which I was gifted from my brother. And unfortunately, one night when I was really drunk, I couldn't take it off and I just yanked it and broke it. So in that time, though, I want to say that was maybe like 2 months ago. And in that time, I had been going to the website and I had been putting stuff in my cart. And at some point, it was like buy one get one free. Like they always have crazy deals and stuff. So I've always been a fan of theirs. And I was like, man, you know what? And not to be like, I'm not going to pay for their stuff, but I was just like, wait, I love them so much. What if I try to reach out to them? I have a podcast, maybe, I don't know, maybe they want to work with me. They want to help me out. And then I did all that, said all that to ChatGPT, which, by the way, we found out last episode, you can talk to ChatGPT now. Lately, I've been having full-on conversations with them, so that's kind of crazy. Or him, or them, it. And so I hit him up. I hit up ChatGPT. I told them what I wanted, and they formatted everything. They told me if you want to reach out to GLD, you should probably. They sent me like stuff that I should email them, which I just copied and pasted and sent. So I'm sorry, GLD, but I genuinely love you guys, even though that's what ChatGPT said to put. And yeah, they helped me find email where to send this stuff, like, because it's not easy. If you guys ever tried looking for a sponsorship for anything, if you go online, especially for like a bigger company or something, like they're not just gonna put it out there. Like you can't just type, GLD sponsorship. They might send you to some stuff, but it's a very like, oh, you have questions, just put your email, put your name, send us what you want, or send us what you want to talk about, and then like we'll get back to you. But normally they do have someone that you can specifically send, like a marketing team or something, where you can send these emails to, and it gets to them directly. So ChatGPT helped me find those emails. And the thing I like about ChatGPT, once it even solves your problem, it also is like, I could make this for you and go one step above and make it better. So like once I sent that email, then they were like, if they respond back with this, you should respond with this. And at this point, you should have I think they called it like a cover page type thing. So it was pretty much like a resume for my podcast. And it was just like 2 pages, and it was thumbnail of me, thumbnail of the podcast, the title, what it's about, kind of like my analytics. And it just breaks down stuff. And I guess ChatGPT explained it that, when companies look to sponsor something, these are the questions they normally would ask. So just why not flat out give it to them? They can already see it. So I'm telling you guys, shout out ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you can use all my water you fucking want, because I don't give a fuck. Because as long as you're working for me and providing the things I asked for, then I'm all good. We're Team ChatGPT over here at Straubs on the Pod. Yep. Let's go. We need a ChatGPT sponsor. We need an AI sponsor. So ChatGPT is a type of AI. An AI is just everything?
Yeah, it's like artificial intelligence in general.
So there's like ChatGPT is like, so there's cars, and then there's Hondas, and there's Ford. You know what I'm saying? So is it like ChatGPT or AI, and then it's ChatGPT, and then there's Gronk, and then all those other ones?
There's like Gemini, there's Claude, there's all these different kinds that, they're better at different things.
Yeah. So once again, ChatGPT got me. They got my back. So guys, I'm very excited to work with GLD. I got some chains on. I got a few, actually. I got a bracelet, which was I normally don't wear bracelets. Jewelry in general, I want to say jewelry to me is kind of like a cowboy hat. You know what I'm saying? It's very, especially like when you wear like a chain that's kind of like a little bit longer than it should be, and then you wear like gold and you wear like multiple of them. You're kind of like, when you walk into a room, you're kind of like, whoa, look at me. That's how I feel about cowboy hats. Let's talk about cowboy hats. So cowboy hats, honestly, like, I have friends, I have family members that wear cowboy hats out to regular birthday parties and functions and stuff, but they're not cowboys, And it's not one of those things where you have to be a cowboy to wear a cowboy hat. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, whenever I see someone wear a cowboy hat and they make it part of their outfit, they look good. Yes, they do. But at the same time, I feel like you walk into a party and saying, hey, look at me, And it's like, yeah, we see you. We see you with that big ass hat. You're the only one wearing it. You know what I'm saying? We see you. So it's like, it's very like, look at me, look at me. And also, whenever I see someone wear a cowboy hat, I feel like I get like a Halloween vibe. Like you're wearing a costume. You know what I'm saying? like I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. So in wearing jewelry, I kind of felt that way for a while. And around the time that I first got my first GLD chain, I was like, I'm not a chain guy. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if I go out in public, especially people I normally hang out with, I felt like they were going to be like, whoa, look at this guy. Oh, okay. He's wearing a chain, like a fucking bling. Honestly, no one said a word. No one even noticed. One day I wasn't wearing a chain. The next day I was, and from then on I was just wearing chains and stuff. No one said anything. No one cared. So it just goes to show that I overthink a lot of things. But so I was very iffy about that. And then once I got that, I was like, all right, no one cares. I like it. I like the way I look. I think it adds a little something, And from then on, I've thanks to GLD, I got the confidence to wear gold and wear chains. I'm not too old to look cool and stuff, and neither are you guys. So check out GLD. I love their stuff. I've been wearing this one specifically, this bracelet. I wear it all the time. This is like, you have a piece of jewelry that you just want to wear all the time. Like, just make it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love when I watch movies, or I know people too that, when they go out and party, they have this type of jewelry on, as well as like when they're at home in their pajamas and making breakfast or dinner or something, they're also just wearing that chain. Like, it's just like always on them. I love that. I like that, just make it, that's part of that's just your body now. So like this bracelet, I really love. I've been showering with it, sleeping with it, eating with it, getting off with it. stuff like that. So, and it's been withstanding everything. So I think it's a keeper, guys. I know it's a keeper. So you guys should check out GLD. Thank you, GLD. I'm very excited. Also, by this, I mean, obviously by the time this one comes out, you guys have seen that we posted our photo shoot. So I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Cesar Partida. What is it, VO2 Faith on Instagram? I'll put it right here, of course. But yeah, he provided us with some fire ass pics, as well as we got a dope video on the way, depending on when this comes out. But yeah, super excited to work with him as well. So thank you. And obviously, first and foremost, how could I forget this guy? Thank you, Daniel Rodriguez of DRPV Studios, for, as always, providing us for a dope studio with all the highest and most expensive equipment you could possibly ask for. And he just throws it around like it's nothing. Thank you, DRPV Studios. Without you guys, honestly, without you guys, without DRPV Studios, this podcast would either, one, be trash, it continue, and it just be like shitty quality, or it wouldn't have continued. So thank you, DRPV Studios. You saved this podcast. What's next? Oh, guys, I found this article very funny because this is how I've always felt about, people that try to stay healthy, or, people are always pushing like working out and staying fit and stuff. I've always been like, you know what? I can't wait till we reach the end of our lifetime and I last longer than you and I didn't do all that healthy shit you did. You know what I'm saying? Just to prove a point. And here we go, guys. Let me see. Fitness influencer blindsided by colon cancer despite her healthy lifestyle. So it says fitness influencer Maria Kang did everything right. Everything right. Filtered her water, ate clean, trained 6 days a week, then was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. If I had a button, the no excuses mom, who went viral in 2013 for her sculpted physique, said chronic constipation and bloating she'd normalized since adolescence turned out to be a warning signs. Colon cancer rates among adults under 50 have risen 2.9% per year since 2013. So yeah, guys. So, you know what this is? Live your life. Be happy. Do whatever you want. Edgar, go back to drinking. Caesar, I mean,
do you think if she
Caesar
would
got
have
it. Caesar got
eaten
it. Yeah.
normal, she would have lived less time?
No, I think this is a case of what's it called? What's that thing? It's like runs in your family.
Oh, like genetic.
Genetics kicked in, and genetics work in mysterious ways, whether good or bad. You could have, someone that's just shredded from birth because of their genetics, naturally without having to really work out or eat right. Or you could have someone like this who does work out and does everything right, and then genetically they're known for getting colon cancer in their family, and boom, she got it. It just works like that. So I think in that sense, yeah, that's what this was. It was just a genetics thing. I think she, once again, but then again, she did mess up because it says since adolescence, which means since she was, younger, like smaller, she's kind of felt these pains. So in a way, she was ignoring them. So she was, ignoring warning signs from her body. So I don't know. Maybe this is one of those things, you guys should go get checked, especially if you feel a little something off, just go get checked. It could be that she didn't catch it in time and it was just her putting it off. And it could also be that she was thinking like, I'm healthy. I do everything right. So I'm good, And I think that feeling, whatever she was getting when she was younger, just kind of, you ever gotten like a pain and you're like, I don't know if I healed it or if I just learned to live with it. And you know what I'm talking about? Like you kink your neck or something or something and you don't really do much to heal it, and after about a week, you're like, I guess it's gone, or maybe it's still there, but I'm just like, that's my pain, that's my body now. Maybe she just got used to whatever that stomach bloating, filling pain, whatever she was getting. So I don't know. Maybe she just thought she had shit really bad all the time. But and I actually, speaking of, for men, I would say I have seen, I think specifically colon cancer, but they are saying for men, they are saying they highly recommend that anyone once, like now it's the age is like 30. I think before it was like 42 or something. By like 42 you should have a colonoscopy to check for that stuff. Now they're kind of like, hey, like they're starting to find colon cancer in like 20-year-olds and stuff. So they're saying like maybe even sooner, but for sure like 30 is now the new age that you should be checked at. So you two looking at me, you're getting there, Caesar. Edgar, I think me and you should plan an appointment together because I don't want to do it by myself. Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
I don't look forward to it, unlike you.
You know what? I do kind of look forward to it, just like, but like, it's more of those because it's like how bad does it really hurt? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like, do you do this recreationally or?
Yeah, you come here often. This is my third one this month. At this point, I'm just getting cleaned out. No, I have. When they do a colonoscopy, they just check, right? They don't clean you out. What's that one called? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what it's called.
That's just called DP. But no, so like I have been wanting to schedule an appointment to like clean me out. Like, because where they rush water through your... Hey, yo. No pause. Keep going. But I have been wanting to go, like, do that. Because I heard, like, that's good for gut health, just to clean your system out. And then good for... That way you don't get bad breath. I feel like lately it's been smelling like shit, so I want to get that worked out, you know? So...
You sure it's your colon? You just don't want to brush your teeth?
I should probably brush my teeth first. I should probably start with that, huh? Should probably start flossing and everything else, and then maybe... Let me ask ChatGPT. Hey, my breath's been smelling real bad lately. You think I should, 1, start brushing my teeth, or 2, go get a colon cleanse?
He's like, I'm going to do another colon cleanse.
You know what? And this is what they would say. Like, the way they talk, they'd be like, that does sound a bit dramatic. I don't think you want to go that far. I think the first option you should do. You should probably brush your teeth first. And then, if you're still having problems, maybe go schedule an appointment with a doctor. That's what I would say. That's how ChatGPT talks to me. And I love it. They're so respectful. I love ChatGPT, guys. ChatGPT is going to rule the world. And I'm fine with it. And also, ChatGPT makes you not feel alone. I can see myself easily catching feelings. All right, what else? Another thing I learned today. I've been cleaning my contacts wrong this whole time. If any of you guys don't know, any of you guys blind people out there like I am, that can't get regular LASIK surgery because their eyes are so bad that they're like, if we even try to fix these, we're just going to make it worse. You're just going to be blind. So I have to live with contacts for the rest of my life. And I'll say this, I've had glasses since I was probably like 10, which I've said this before. I put it on myself when I was like 10 years old. I remember thinking like glasses were such a cool thing to have, but I hated the fact that you could only wear glasses if you couldn't see. Like, I hate that, I couldn't just wear regular. I couldn't just like wear the clear lens and no one make fun of me. So I really made it a point to act blind or have trouble seeing. So I fucked myself up. I had no vision problems when I was 10. I remember this to this day. And I remember going in, and I was like, yeah, I can't see, and no, that's an F and everything, and doing it all wrong. They gave me like glasses where they had like a very small prescription, but it was enough at such a young age that in time, every time you go to the eye doctor, they bump it up a little, they tweak it a little to make it better 100%. So that fucked me up. So I blame myself. I digress. However you use that. I like that word. I don't know how to use it in context. But yeah, right. Most of the time, I'll say 99% of the time, I find a new word that I like, that I'm very infatuated with. Huh? I hope when I use it, I use it in the right context. And 99% of the time I do. I feel like this feels right. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, my contacts. So I've also been wearing contacts for a long time. And so today I found I had like 3 of these the contact little cases. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna clean these up. That way I have them, because I'm always like, just if once one gets old, I kind of just throw it away. I buy a new contact solution. As you all know, they come with the case. So I was like, I would just throw them away. So this time I found like 3 of them. I was like, no. Every time I need some, I have to go and buy one, and I forget to. So I saved them, and I was like, I'm gonna clean them real good. That way they're sanitized and they're ready to be used. So I was like, and most of the time I would do it myself, which I thought I was cleaning them right. And I went online and I looked it up. So I'll tell you this. This is what I found out. Says, so important rules to follow when cleaning contact lenses or contact cases. 1, no tap water. Never use tap water, bottled water, or boiling water to clean or rinse your case, as it carries harmful germs. I use water all the time. I use drinking water, actually, because I thought it'd be better. Not just to clean them, 2, no household cleaners. Avoid soap, bleach, or rubbing alcohol, which leaves toxic residue that can hurt your eyes. I use Dawn dish soap. I thought, it cleans the grease off the ducts. Why can't it clean the scum out of my contact case? So that's already two out of three. 3, regular replacement. Throw away your old case and use a new one at least every 3 months. All 3 of those cases have been in my medicine cabinet for the past year. It's been at least more than 3 months. So I'm doing everything wrong. And I've been doing everything wrong up until, I guess, today now. But yeah. But this is also just a case of, rules sometimes, don't apply to everyone type thing. Because I'm fine. Maybe that's why my eyes are getting worse. But yeah, so I've been doing that wrong my whole life. So that's something new that I learned about myself at the age of 33. What else? Poppy R.I.P. Oh, as we all know, the what is it called? That stomach virus is coming out from all the bad foods and stuff. Let's see. What's the list of that actually? Because that list is kind of funny. I did hear a comedian talk about it, but it's a good point. Taco Bell is on there. Taco Bell, I think, just regularly gives people like diarrhea. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to be like, is this like diarrhea level 2 type stuff? Like how bad, But also on that list, it was like Taco Bell, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, I think even Arby's, which we're all safe from there. No one eats fucking Arby's, am I right? You guys ever had Arby's? Do you fuck with Arby's? No? Yeah. Arby's is trash. Especially after all the adult jokes that the Arby's meat looks like loose vagina lips. Can't eat it no more. Really hurts my stomach.
You start to appreciate it like fine wine sometimes.
Hate wine too. No, yeah. So I don't fuck with Arby's, so I'm safe there. But the day that list came out, I want to say that was like Sunday or something, like last weekend or 2 weekends ago. That Sunday when that list came out, had Chipotle, a burrito, loved it, every second of it. Had blueberries, had strawberries, had a smoothie pretty much. And I think at the end of the day, I had a lettuce wrap. So I ate everything on that list that it said, and I was fine. And you know what? I have a conspiracy. Edgar, hear me out, all right? So I have a conspiracy on this. I think, so normally whoever's making our food, our produce, all the stuff that goes out to like majority of America, I think they put in something in the food that's why, they're like, it's good, when really it is bad because they're putting stuff. I think a batch got out that they didn't sprinkle that stuff on and it's good, and they're scared that once we eat it, we're going to be like, damn, this is legit, like this is the good stuff, this is what we should be getting, and that's what they've been hiding from us. So they're telling us it's all poisoned, it's all dirty, don't eat it, stay away from it. If you eat it, you're possibly going to die or just shit yourself in public. And so they're scaring a lot of people, which I know a lot of people that they really are. They're like not eating it. Me, my family, we're eating that shit. We're taking advantage. I think there's more lettuce. I think there's more food out there now, and we're taking advantage. We're getting it all. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, what? I go 3 days and I shit myself, lose a couple pounds. I could use it.
That's a good way to do it.
No, I'm serious. Like once again, I'm one of those glass half full kind of guys where, yes, I may shit myself a lot and it may hurt, but at the end of it, once I start healing up, I'm back at like square one. You know what I'm saying? I'm back like at a perfect physique, kind of scrawny, but I can build up on that. I know how to eat for sure. You know what I'm saying? It was hard losing the weight, but that all happened for me and I did it without wanting to. It felt good. You're not hungry. You're just shredded all the time. It's not a bad way to go. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so that's my conspiracy. Edgar, let me ask you this question since you're here. What's something you witnessed at someone else's house that made you never want to go back?
Saw someone cleaning their chicken in the sink.
That's
and not even with the bowl, just straight up on the fucking metal ball, like little fucking rails.
Like it was just hitting the...
Yeah, the same place that they're just cleaning the baby bottle and everything else next to it. It was just, the chicken was right there. I'm like, I'm not touching that shit.
But you don't like...
So what are you supposed to clean?
Well, we put it in a bowl,
In a bowl.
like, like a normal, and then just wash it off. But it just went straight up on the freaking, how they have like the drain?
Yeah.
You just hit the drain where all the food usually sits. Like I was like, whoa.
But like, you know what? I see that too. But then also, I'm big in like once they cook it, the heat's gonna kill whatever germs that could possibly be on it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not. Why add something to it that's not originally there in the first place like that? Like, I don't know what's in that sink. They might wash their feet in that shit. I don't fucking know.
That's very true. That's very true. Because in my sink, man, there's times I've stepped on dog poop and it has like the thing that you can, the hose you can pull from the sink and like spray. So I use that to clean the
And
poop
they're
off.
already putting the chicken next to the baby bottle. The salmonella to the baby, like
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
they're already not going to be a very sanitary family. I feel.
Someone's got a food handlers.
Yeah,
No, that's what I hate. So I have taken my food handlers course. So I'm certified. I know what I'm talking about. But some of that shit is kind of crazy. It is one of those things where it's like I get why they made these rules for public consumption, restaurants and stuff. That way, just across the board, it's like, hey, like normally, yes, you can leave this food out at home and have leftovers and everything's fine majority of the time. But for serving other people and, you know, different ages and everything, you could possibly get someone sick. Let's just all across the board. These are the rules and this is how we follow it. I get that. But yeah, it was crazy. If you were to live a normal life based off a food handler's course, you would be wasting so much food. So much food. Cuz I mean, like I remember like I think like as far as like leftovers go, certain like depending on chicken or beef or whatever, like so I don't know if you know this, but like certain food, like once it's done heating, like once it's reached like whatever the serving temperature can be, if it's like on a heating thing that's like constantly heating it up, then it's good. The moment you turn it off, that you have like I think a certain amount of time to where you have to put it on if you're going to use it again. Like for instance, white rice. If you have a big old tray of white rice, you know what I'm saying, you can still save it for the next day to possibly make like shrimp fried rice or you know something like that. But you have like a certain amount of time. You got to put it on ice, and then it's got to reach a certain temperature. Then you can put it in the fridge after it's been sealed and stuff. Like there's so much bullshit that you have to do. When really at home, I just get the pot that I made the rice in. I put the lid back on, put it in the fridge, and then the next day I just reheat it with some water and a wet napkin, and everything's good. And I've never been sick. But it also scares me. Have you heard that thing about white rice? If you leave white rice out after like I think 3 hours, there's like a certain fungus that grows in white rice. Yeah. So apparently, yeah, you're not supposed to eat white rice after like 3 hours.
Wait, so you heat it up and just put it straight into the fridge, like still warm?
No. I let it cool down. No,
Yeah.
No, like I said, at home, I do the right thing as far as like I let it cool down and then but I'm not like wrapping it. I'm not, you know, labeling it. And I'm just like putting the lid back on that I used to cook it with on the pot and then just put that whole thing in the fridge. It makes it easy. And I got to like dirty dishes or nothing. No, I'll say this. Yours is pretty good. Mine's not as, but I remember when I was younger, I stayed the night at my cousin's house and their parents were really strict. And at this time we were probably like 7th, 8th grade. We all had cell phones and stuff, but like whether it was like Monday or it was Saturday, in their house after 9 o'clock, the parents took their phones. And I remember like, they were like turning their phone off to go take it to their parents. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we got to turn them in like at 9. And I was like, well, that's fucking gay. And then, so I held onto my phone and then like the dad came in and he was like, your phone too. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, never went over again.
This house is a prison.
You guys live like this? What are we supposed to do now? Just talk and hang out? But no, there was that. And then another time I went to someone, or I never went back to their house, but it was kind of my fault. It was my fault. When I was younger, we lived in these apartments and underneath us was this single mom. And she had her 2 kids, and it was like a daughter. She was about my age, and then the son was, so I was probably like 10, and the son was probably like 7 or 8, and so we would hang out and stuff. And one time, my parents were making dinner, and I was like, well, in the meantime, can I go play downstairs? So I went, and I was there, and while I'm playing with them, I started getting really hungry, and so when we were all in this back room playing video games, and when they were all back there, I went out to use the restroom, and then I went to their pantry, and they didn't really have much snacks, but they had Cocoa Krispies, like the cereal. So it was like a bunch of just mini little cookies. So I remember I just grabbed a whole bunch and just put it in my mouth, went to the restroom. And then as I'm coming out, I go into the room. They're all in the living room because my parents had came to like let me know, hey, come get, because at this time I didn't have phones. So they came to get me like dinner's ready. And I heard my parents. And at the time I was like scared. I don't know why, but I just remember being scared that they were going to find out as well as my parents that like I took food from them. So like I had like this mouthful of like little cookies and I just looked around and I like pulled their dresser forward and I spit it back there and I just left. Whatever. I think like a week later I go back to their house. Bro, they had a whole ant problem. I went into the room. All the furniture was moved against to one side of the wall. That whole wall just had ants crawling up. They were like coming from somewhere. Bro, I fucked that room up. And I like, they were like, yeah, it was so weird. There was like crumbs of like cookie or something. There's like food back here. And I was like,
Did they know it was you before?
Nah, never
They do now.
Yeah, they do now. What about you, Caesar? Anything you ever went to someone's house that you saw and now you're like, nah, never again? Whether food or just cleanliness, anything? Or they were really dirty?
I don't
No one knows. Don't use names. Or is it very specific?
Dude, I went over this girl one time. Went over, stayed the night at her house. Didn't do anything, thankfully, but woke up and went into her restroom to use the restroom, and there was just mold everywhere, like in the sink, in the toilet. Like I didn't even want to use the toilet. Looked like I hadn't been clean in months, bro.
Damn, that is
Got
bad.
out that house so quick.
That is bad. If that's dirty, I can only imagine what else is dirty. So, and you guys didn't do anything, so you don't even know. Damn. Yeah. You're disgusting. No, yeah, that's a tough one. Depending how hot she is, though, I might just ignore it. What? Whoa, say.
Nah, I was gonna say that's why he got out of there fast. He said that was quick one.
No, damn. Yeah, that's a safe one. That's a safe one. I agree with that one for sure. But also as a person in general, how do you know? I would never. I could never. That's something too. Like I remember back in the day, like when I would like if I brought someone over, I'd be like, "Is my room ready?" Like if we were to go right now, and I was like, "Nah, like maybe another time." There's no way. That's shitty. What else? Oh, let's talk about movies now. So there's a few movies I got. I want to put this on the record. I am not a movie critic. Actually, I'm the opposite of one. I'm the worst movie critic, I would say. I have ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I can't go to the movies. I can't sit in the theater past 30 minutes. I have to get around. That's why I have to watch all my movies at home because I have to have the freedom of just getting up and moving freely. So I'm not a big movie theater fan, I'll say that. I'm a big movie fan, not a theater fan. But lately, we've been going to movies. We've been going to the theater a lot more. And mainly because my son, there's like movies that come out that I'm like, I think he would like to watch in theaters. Most of the time, he doesn't really stick through it. We just end up leaving. So that's fine. That works for me. I don't want to be there either, so we're good. But lately, there's been some movies coming out that I did want to see in theater, and one of them was Odyssey. Is that what it's called, Odyssey? Even though the guy's name is, what is it, Odysseus? Odysseus, yeah. I was like, so wait, is the movie called Odyssey or Odysseus?
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey,
Yeah.
okay. Which I didn't know. Maybe I did read this in school. I don't remember, but apparently a lot of people I know read this in school. This was like part of their literature. It was like, so they knew about this. I had no idea. Had I have known, maybe I would have been into it. Like we read Beowulf. Did you ever read Beowulf? Beowulf is good, right? And then we watched the movie, and I was like, this makes sense. I like this. I'm not into those kind of movies. One, it was like CGI as fuck, and then two, it was, based like with like dinosaurs or fucking dragons and knights and stuff. So I'm not big into those. I don't even. Is that even sci-fi? What is that even considered? Historic?
Fantasy.
Fantasy. So dragons aren't real, then, is what you're saying.
Fantasy sci-fi or something like that.
But like the crazy thing is, like knights and kings and castles were real, right? Just minus the dragon part,
I mean, it's debatable.
right? So okay, so technically, yeah, one of those. But so yeah, I'm not really into those movies. So we watched Odyssey. Me and my girl went. First off, didn't know it was almost 3 hours long. Another thing, not into big long movies. That's way too long. I remember when we were younger, me and my dad and my little brother, we used to go to the movies like on a Saturday. My mom would have to work, so we would go like at like 10, 11 in the morning, and we watched like 4 movies. We'd be like hopping through theaters. And I remember one time we hopped into we just were like, fuck it, let's just see what this movie, let's just watch this movie. We don't even know, we didn't even see what it was. And ended up being Lord of the Rings, the very first one. And this was, and this was, if you guys don't know, Lord of the Rings, the first one, as however many of those movies are, after every one, it just ends with a cliffhanger. It continues into the next movie. Me and my dad are not big fans of that. We hate movies like that. It ruins our whole day to know that we sat there for an hour and a half not to get a closing on this. So we watched Lord of the Rings for 3 fucking hours, however long the first one is. And when it just kind of like ended, like to be continued, my dad was, because of that, we never watched any of the Lord of the Rings. And because of that, that fucked up every other movie similar to that. Any Harry Potter, never watched it. Whatever those are sci-fi, like fairies and shit. That's not our thing no more. So yeah, not a big fan of long movies. But yeah, so we watched it. It was, I don't know. Maybe I got too high to watch it. Maybe I was out of my mind too much to really enjoy it. Like it felt like one of those movies that after, a big scene would happen and I'm like, wait, how did we get here? Like I really wasn't paying attention. So that's another reason why I'm not a good movie critic. But we ended up leaving that movie like 2.5 hours in. I went to go use the restroom, came back, and my girl's like, we still got like 40 some minutes. And I'm like, Nah, like, and it got to a point where I was like, this movie's about to end soon, right? But no. So we left early. Didn't, and I'll say from what we saw, the fighting scenes were cool. With the fucking the giants, all that stuff was cool and everything. But the one thing I couldn't get into, and this is something I do, and this is probably my fault, but I what is it called? I can't just, what is it? Bend my disbelief. What's it called?
Disassociate.
No, like when I can't let my body just like, this is a movie, it's fake. Like just go with it.
Can't just watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, I can't just enjoy. Yeah, I can't just enjoy it. I guess because I want to like certain things. I'm like, at least make, I get it. There's fucking giants and there's these creatures, these one-eyed creatures and shit. It's not real, but to an extent, make it somewhat make sense. For one, and I think this is one. I think even if people like the movie and they gave it like a 8.5 or a 9 point something, the other percentage, the other points that they didn't get was because the way they spoke. They just talked normal. Like they didn't like you watch 300, you watch Troy, they have that like my brother, like they talk a certain way, like whatever that accent is, whatever they and they don't curse. You know what I'm saying? That fucking curse words weren't even invented back then. I'm assuming. I don't know because most of those movies they say to heck, damn you to heck. They always say this shit. But like in this movie, they're saying like man fuck you. Like they're like cursing regularly. Once again, and I'll say this again, I'll die on this. But they kept saying doors. They didn't have fucking doors. They would just have a piece of wood or a rock that was in the way or some shit. They didn't have doors. So like that shit I was like, well, that's not real.
You don't think they had doors?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think they called them doors.
What do you think they were called?
I don't know, but like there's no way doors that word doors was invented back then. It seems like that doors was founded in like 19 something. Before that was like
So let me.
like a Latin something.
So let me ask you this.
Ask me.
When the first caveman or whoever the fuck decided to put a piece of wood in front of that hole
Uh-huh.
and wherever it was that they were staying at,
Okay.
what do you think they decided to just call that? You don't think the door just stemmed from any? Somebody had think like or thought of the word door.
But I guess we can look this up. But like, where's door come from? Is what I'm saying. Because yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like door barrier. Barrier even seems like a
door
crazier
is a
word.
lot less technically complicated than like a bow and arrow or like an axe or like the rest of the whole building that they have built.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Doors just seem like I didn't hear doors in 300. That's all I'm saying.
They did just have curtains.
Yeah, exactly. Or like sheets with holes in them and shit.
But they had to have doors for like big rooms that they need to keep stuff behind. Like there's no way they just had open. It was just a room with just open like crevices. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So okay. But and then what really bugged me too was like when they would say Ithaca. They just said Ithaca.
Yeah.
They just said Ithaca. It was no like I'm like
What
I
you
don't
wanted
know.
to call it?
Like I don't know. You know what? The way they say Odysseus or Odysseus.
Agamemnon.
Yeah. See, those have like a flair to them. Then it's just like. It's just that's the thing where it kind of got me where I couldn't really believe in the movie. So that was it. Then again, I didn't finish it. So I promise once it comes out on streaming services at home and I can go on my walking pad or go get a drink or go pee and I have to pause the movie and not feel like I'm missing anything, then I think I'll watch it at home and I'll probably enjoy it better.
The most satisfying part is at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Caesar kind of spoiled it for me and sent me like a scene, and he's like, "You gotta watch this," because I was looking forward to. No, this ain't really a spoiler if you read the fucking book, but no,
Been out for like
No spoilers.
100 and some years. No, it's like 1,500 years. It's like a super old story.
yeah, and they've made old movies before, right?
Yeah.
There's an Odyssey
There's like
movie.
two other ones before that.
I saw like a clip of one. It was very like 1900 something, like very. I saw
1957
I
was
saw
the
the
first
one-eyed monster that
Yeah,
it was
and
like a
they made another
claymation.
one in like 97, and that's the one I think we all saw in high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I didn't watch any of that, but yeah, I'll give it another shot. Next, I finally watched. Actually, I'll say this: I've been watching Obsession in parts. Once again, going back to my ADD, ADHD, I can't focus. So we started it. I want to say like last Tuesday, but it was like 11. I was like, we had already watched the movie. I wanted to watch something else. I wasn't that tired. By 11:50, like we started the movie by 11:15. I was like, ready to go to bed. So we watched like 15 minutes of it, got the gist of it, kind of know what's going on. And then from then on, I just kind of been watching parts. I'll say from what I've seen, I'm barely at this. You guys have seen it, right? You guys have seen Obsession? Yes. I actually tried watching it today. I got up to the scene when they're at the party, when he was going to go to the guy's trip or the guy's night out, and she ended up going with him. So I'm at that part. Whenever he had to kiss the girl next to him, and she like moves the girl and like, so like I'm up to that point. And the reason, other than my ADD, also because it's a weird movie where like certain things happen out of nowhere, and like the screaming kind of gets scary, and Oliver's at the point where like just audibly anything that sounds scary kind of gives him the heebie-jeebies. So like when he would come in the room, I'd have to change it or pause it, and so that's also why I haven't been able to finish it. Today I was actually trying to finish it before we came out here, and I'm in the room by myself, and he comes in wanting to watch Bluey, and so I had to fucking change it. And then again, to be fair, I mean it was getting kind of crazy. Huh? Yeah. Cock block fucking movie. He's taking over my whole house. But I like it. I don't know. Once again, I'm a bad movie critic, so I'll say it was a good movie. I don't think it was like all the hoopla about it all. I don't see it too much. I think it's a great movie. Nothing special. Yeah, there's just some weird stuff. I don't know. Not too much to say on it. I didn't have too much. It was like whatever. Wasn't a bad movie. I liked it. You guys liked it? Would you guys say it was scary?
It was scary in a different way, which like it was, you know,
Because it's like Thriller.
they did everything right, which is rare in a horror movie in like the last few years.
What do
Honestly,
you mean?
like it's actually a good movie. It's not just like trying to scare you with pop-ups and stuff. Like the intensity they build up on it, and then like they do have some pop-ups, but it's not like overly over the top. Like they do everything right, and they wrap it up pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've already seen the end through clips and stuff, so I kind of know where it goes. But also, I'm one of those people, I don't know how you guys feel. I'm one of those people where, like, if I don't care if someone spoils it for me, I still want to watch it. I still want to see how it unfolds. Even if I know that so-and-so dies or whatever, I want to see how he dies. I want to see how it led to that. So, like, I don't fucking mind. Like, if anything, I like it. It kind of gives me, like, oh, like that. If I hear, like, a spoiler at the end, I'm like, well, now I want to watch the movie because I want to know how it gets to that point. So, if anything, it gets me to want to watch the movie. So, I don't care about spoilers. Let me ask you guys this. Let me see. Okay, if the theater only has lower seating, do you leave and go to try to find another movie, or do you sit at the very front? You know, like I'm talking like that first row that's flat and like it's like right in front of the screen.
I'm leaving.
Bro, right? Why is that even an option? Those are the worst fucking seats. Like, they should somehow figure it out to where from like the third row of that just up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are shitty seats. One time I went with like some friends when I was in the Army, and they were those type of people. They were like, well, you know, it's a packed movie. Of course there's not going to be seats. So we sat like at the very front off to, I think it was like Godzilla, off to like the left. I'm talking like second row from the screen. Bro, my neck was hurting. I'm fucking like this, like this, like this. Like, it's like I'm in the fucking movie. And like when you're sitting that close, everything looks like long and like thin. Like it's terrible fucking viewing. I don't know how theaters accept that. I don't know how anyone would accept that. Like, it's such a dumb thing. But yes, I'm on the same. Like, if I go in, I mean, because nowadays you can get your tickets before, so you have an idea. But like back in the day when you would just walk in and try to find a seat, if I walk in and that's the only thing available, I'm leaving. I'm either getting my money back, gonna find another time or something. But I will not. No, there's not a movie that I'll want to sit up front. There's not a movie that I need to see before everyone else does. I'm not a fucking movie reviewer, so I don't need to hurry up and get it out before. So like, I will not do that. What about you, Edgar?
I mean, for the regular seats, yeah, but if you have like the reclining ones that already kind of angle you towards it,
Even that close?
I mean, I don't mind it if it's in the middle. If it's on the corners, yeah, it does suck because you got to look one way and your neck does hurt. But
Yeah.
if you're in the middle, kind of get like an immersive experience.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I guess. I want to go to one of those. What are those ones? Was it 4DX or something?
Yep.
Where like they move and they spray
and,
water
like,
at you.
It like shoots water and comes on you and stuff. Whatever.
Yeah. It's all salty. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, it's favorite.
Yeah, dude. All right, what else do we got? I think that's it. Controversial topics.
You need to do an unpopular opinion.
And you guys want an unpopular opinion?
Yeah, you need to do one.
Let me see what I got for unpopular opinion. Actually, there. I have. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. I can just type it in. There we go. This is my list that I've written into like for the past year, and one of them says, "I don't like sober people or people who stop drinking."
Me sitting in the room.
But this was I know. This was January 6th. This is my list of I just type in unpopular opinion and see what came up in my notes. This is from January 6th of 2024, and that was my list. That was my mentality at the time. I'm a changed person. I respect people that decide to go sober. I'll say this though, unpopular opinion: if you go sober for life, you have a problem. Like, there's something wrong with you.
Can't control yourself.
You can't control yourself, like, bro, then just die. No, I'm just kidding. You can't live on this earth and not have an alcohol, or, can't have a few drinks and not have a few more, or not have, 2 drinks and it turns into cocaine and meth. You know what I'm saying? Then you should you're a fucking creature that needs to be caged.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, like what you're doing, or I've done it too, you need a little reset. You do a month off, 90 days, give yourself a little goal, kind of reset. That's awesome. That's great. That's perfect. I think a lot of people should do that. I think people should try that before they go cut cold turkey. I'm not saying you need a drink, but as we all know, even people that, say they're not going to drink, they need, they want a drink. They want to be able to go and have a little something to get loose or whatever.
Like, who doesn't like a good time?
Exactly. Who doesn't want to ruin their life? No, I'm just kidding. But no, guys, that's an old one. Let me see. Unpopular opinion. I don't like handicap parking. Handicap parking. One, especially if they're in a wheelchair. You already have wheels. You might as well you can park in the very back. You're just fucking wheeling yourself. You're not really walking. So the thing that pisses me off too is when you go to a place and like all the good parking, the first 4 rows are handicap parking and they're rarely filled up. And if they are, it's someone that has either stolen their handicap cousin's placard or it's someone with a wheelchair. So it's like you're just going to hop out of one wheel to get into another wheel. Park in the back. Save some room for us people that actually have been working all day on our feet. Our legs are tired. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Unpopular opinion.
I can see why it's an unpopular opinion.
What about when, like, for instance, like 4th Ave, that front all parking is all handicap. How many?
Question.
First off, why are handicapped people going to the gym? Let's ask that question. Why do we have so many handicapped people going to the gym?
Do you have a problem with the parking or the people?
50-50. No, I would say like 70-30. 70-30. Because 70% is the fact that they're just taking up prime time parking, which, it's already hard enough for us. Those parkings are like, what is it called? First come, first serve. So I get that. But we're on top of battling getting there on time to not have a full gym or not have a full parking lot. We're also dealing with, now we have all these, handicap parking, all these fake parkings up front that is all prime time parking.
Fake parking.
and it barely gets used because we don't have that many handicapped people. We don't need that many handicap parkings. That's all I'm saying.
Have you ever been in a car with someone that has a handicap thing?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's the
I love
best.
it.
It's the best, dude. No, I love it. I love going somewhere and it's just like, I'm like, man, where are we gonna park? And they just like pull it out, and I'm like, let's fucking go. It's fucking. I pretty much park inside the fucking store. When I park handicap, it's like valet. It feels like valet to me. Like I'm just fucking VIP. That's what's. You know what? Okay, I get it now. I get handicap parking. I get it. All right. Maybe we'll
Cross that one off the list.
Maybe take that one off the list. What else? Oh, okay. This is another one. I don't know if I'm popular, but you let me know. I think couples should move to separate beds. Not so I don't know, how can I put it? Not separate bedrooms. Separate beds. One big room with 2 beds in it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a hotel. You have 2 queens, on each side. I think couples should do that more often. Especially in our case, our kid sleeps with us, so we can get out of one bed, go into the other, do our thing, get that one dirty, then go back into bed and sleep clean.
Why not just have 2 different beds together?
Like, no, but I want the separation.
Why do you want separation?
Because also maybe one night I don't want to sleep with her, but I don't want to sleep on the couch.
Interesting. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I could just go to the other bed. I didn't leave the room. I'm still in there with him. If anything happens, I can take care of him. If she needs anything, I'm right there. But we're just, I can sprawl out on the bed. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. And I will say this. This is one of those unpopular opinion because I think a lot of men would be like, yes, but they won't admit it out loud. Because it seems bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Talk to someone who's been in a relationship for 7+ years. I'm telling you.
I want my sleep.
That's all I'm saying. I love to cuddle as much as the next guy, but every now and then it gets a little hot.
Why does it have to be a guy?
I didn't say guy. Let me see if there's anything else in my notes before we go. How long have I been going for? Damn, we've been going for some time. That's good. That's good. See, this one feels fun. Hour. Hell yeah. It's fucking perfect. Oh, real quick, another back to my movie thing. Another one I watched recently, a little bit older, not too old. I'm sure you've seen it with your conspiracy mind. Snowden. It's the movie about Edward Snowden, the whistleblower. Bro,
No, I know the guy. I haven't seen it though.
bro, great movie. The guy that plays Snowden is Jason Gordon-Levitt.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Great movie. If you guys don't know, Edward Snowden's the guy that he worked
Released
for
the
the CIA.
WikiLeaks.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked for the CIA, and he learned that the government, CIA, whatever, was spying on everyone, as any civilian in the country. At one point, it got to the world, but they would just tap into someone's messages, Facebook, video, and it was that whole thing that you see. If you guys don't know, if you see people now that put stickers over their cameras on their laptops or on their phones, in this movie, this is the guy that I would say like kind of created that fear, I guess, in people to do that. But in the movie, it shows him doing it and like his girl being like, "What's this?" And he has to explain like why, without really giving away, because obviously his girl in the movie, spoiler alert, but it's history, so it's out there. But in the movie, the girl is like, she obviously knows he works for the CIA. She knows he can't tell us certain things. So they get into arguments because he tells her things to a point like, you should do this, but he can't explain why. But little does, she know that he knows that, anyone could just go into your shit and watch you. So in the movie, they explain that. And I would say he's kind of a square. I get what he was doing for the people. But I'm big on the other end, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but it doesn't really bother me too much that knowingly the government or CIA goes into my stuff and reads my chat or reads my messages. Or my thing is, I have nothing to hide. Yes, I mean, I have some questionable things as far as, searches on stuff, but like there's nothing, I don't have child porn. I don't have any searches leading towards that. There's nothing I'm worried about. So that's why I always make like when people make a big deal, like, oh, they're spying on you. And it's like, well, then what are you hiding? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you so worried about? You're just a regular fucking person. You work at a bank. You know what I'm saying? You have a normal fucking life. Like, what are you worried about? So it almost makes you think like, it's almost like how they say like people that are so homophobic, it's like, they must be a little gay. You know what I'm saying? Why are you so mad about this? It's the same thing. Why are you so worried about them seeing your stuff?
I agree with you to the point of until you're being targeted. Like imagine how, and this is an example, like how Jewish people
Don't do
felt,
anything to be targeted.
how Jewish people felt in Germany.
Okay.
All of a sudden, the person that is supposed to be protecting you is targeting you. Then what do? Then they have all this power, right? How do you take it away? You don't. So that's the only reason I'm like, okay, where's like all this data? Who can see it and all that stuff? Like I definitely have. I'm like, like. I kind of get why people are wary about letting all that information or being seen and
but
being tracked.
Once again, that seems like one of those things where it's like, then don't put a target on your back. Don't do anything. Don't live that lifestyle. Don't work around that. Otherwise, you should be aware that that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like I said. It just feels like if you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't have a worry. You're just a regular person. At most, they seen like maybe a nude. Maybe they got into your phone when you happen to be showering and you're listening to music. What's funny is, so when I shower, I don't like to use a speaker because it's too much music in the restroom. So like where my soap holder is on my shower, I just place my phone. And I mean, they get a perfect view at me when I shower. So I don't know. I don't care. But in the movie, it's cool because they do show they're not just, oh, I know so-and-so, I'm going to go hack into their shit and see what they've been doing. It's not that. What they're doing really it was like, okay, they have this target, but this person has family and friends and colleagues and stuff. So it branches out. And then it just so happens they come across someone that's friends with someone that person, maybe regular civilian, whatever, they go into their computer, they start looking up keywords. You know, it was around 9/11, so they did, you know, Bush, 9/11 attack, you know, what is it called when you kill a president, assassination. So they would look up keywords and stuff. See, so then yes, they might get into a regular person's computer for a second and like go through their stuff, look at their video, maybe tap into the phone, hear the conversation. They're like, nothing seems fishy. Let's bounce. That's all it was. It was in mind to get towards a goal of catching this bad person. So it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, yes, they bent the rules, but at the same time, it's like it was for a greater cause, which I see it as a greater cause. And yes, in the movie, they do show that some of it wasn't. There was bad searches. There was bad things they were doing with it. But it was showing in the movie that they stopped a lot of things from happening because of what they knew. So, you know.
I think it's just like who determines what is bad. And I think that's when you start finding the gray lines of like, why, like, I mean, I'm saying, like, for another example, and this can also be controversial, like the ICE thing, like they're using flock cameras to track people in their cars, and then they're using that to then go, like, try to arrest people that don't have documentation or stuff like that. But, like, even then, if they don't have documentation, I get it. But people are being wrongly targeted. And then you get put in the wrong spot or in the wrong place, and then, like, oh, shit. Like, they go after you. But then you have no control. Then that's where it's like, how do you determine what's good or bad sometimes? Like, but in most cases, like 99% of the time, you're right. Yeah, like, don't do something bad. You're good. You're Gucci. But that 1%, what if you caught in that 1%? Or someone you know, it's like, ooh.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But see, yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's one of those things where maybe they find something about someone that you know, and it's like, damn, I would have thought. It's like, yeah, exactly. Because, yeah, people do act like they have nothing to hide, and then when you really deep down and search, they got some stuff. Maybe they don't know it. Maybe, you know. So there's sometimes, like, I come across stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if I just got on the list now, or if, like a pop-up or something. Or, like, how the hell did I get to this video?
The water landing on your phone?
Yeah, exactly. A cat ran over my keyboard. But yeah, so that's a great movie. But yeah, so I mean, in the end, so pretty much he ends up, you know, taking a bunch of information, explaining all that, and then he wants to put it out to the world so they can see it. They label him a whistleblower, which is someone. So a whistleblower is a bad term, right? It means someone that stole information to give to like Russia and something. So
no,
right?
Opposite. So like a whistleblower is supposed to shed light on something bad that's happening within an organization. Because you're not like the reason it was bad because they weren't supposed to be spying on people.
So why do they? I mean, I guess maybe I labeled it.
They
as something
persecuted him or tried to because he went against the government.
So it was almost like the court or whatever was like, yes, you did put out a good message. That's thank you for letting us be aware, but you did break the rules CIA wise. You let out government secrets,
basically like that. John
and that was more
that John Kiriakou guy that's always on.
John Kiriakou.
Yeah, he's.
I love that guy.
That dude's a whistleblower. Right?
Yeah,
He did.
Yes.
I think he even went to jail for some random stuff, but like that's
his was. His was that he found out that we were torturing them.
And he
inhumanely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inhumanely. How do you humanely torture somebody?
Well, because the military and the government has like a list of yes, you can waterboard, or I don't know.
I don't think you can.
Okay. You can play, heavy music, heavy metal music for
necessary
48
evil.
hours.
You know, like
that's
you don't
necessary
know, like,
evil.
when you're in those situations, it's hard to like.
Exactly. It's like I don't know. I've seen so many clips on TikTok, but there's a movie with I think Samuel L. Jackson, and they bring him into what's it called? There's like a terrorist, and they're trying to get him to tell them where the other bombs are in the America, and they're doing a bunch of stuff, and it's they get crazy with it and stuff. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, no. So Kiriakou was that's what he put out that we were, and that's another one, kind of a little square, little pussy to like, bro, do you want to find these bad guys? Do you want another 9/11 like this? Like, I mean, once again, it's a necessary evil. That's what it is.
But like, the only issue with that is the collateral, right? Like the people that aren't actually
like when they bomb a neighborhood.
Well,
and
if you have someone that isn't a terrorist and you're torturing them, they're like.
Everyone's a terrorist at this point.
Once you're in that chair.
Yeah. Hey, wrong time, wrong place, buddy. But yeah, no, it was a great movie. That's on Netflix, so make sure you guys check that out. And I'm not really big into those movies like that. They talk too much, but the movie's really good at explaining it, like dumbing it down. Like there's a scene when he first comes in and there's like this young nerd, like there's this young like hacker kid that works for the CIA, but he's more of like, yeah, we do this shit illegally, but it's cool, you know, like he's really like hip about it. And when you see that, that's the first scene where he's kind of like, what the fuck, like, and that kid explains everything to the point where it's like, oh, okay, it really explains the movie really well. You know, he shows like, yeah, you can just search anything, and he's like targeted people, and he's like anyone. And he's like, are these targets or are they like civilians? He's like, I mean, what does he say? You know, 1% are targets and pretty much 99% are just everyone in the world. But yeah, so it's a crazy movie. You guys check it out. But yeah, I think that's it. There's nothing else. My dog died. Popular opinion. GLD. I think that's it. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Slobs on the Pod. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Soon I'm gonna start putting up like questions specific towards like certain topics and stuff. So if you guys could please help out with that, write in or send me a voice message, and I can put them on the show and we can go over them, or maybe we'll do like a column advice. I don't know yet, but just be on the lookout for that because I'm gonna do that in my stories, and I need all of everyone to help out with that and write something. But yeah, thank you guys for being in the audience. This was cool, you know.
I already got your pictures ready.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
Caesar, bro. Caesar's always working, boy. There's another $25 for that kid. He fucking earned his paycheck today. All right, guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode. We're out.